Good evening, I'm Cindy Sexton.
And I'm David Carroll. Here's what's happening. An Athens police officer described being attacked by a mental health patient over the weekend.
It happened at Star Regional Medical Center on Saturday. Channel 3's Tanisha Cordell explains why the department is calling mental health cases a national epidemic.
Officer Nick Perky has been with the Athens Police Department for 2 years. He tells me he had just 2 hours left in his 12-hour shift Saturday when he helped respond to a call dealing with a disorderly patient who was being held at the hospital waiting to be transferred to a mental health facility. That's when he was attacked.
I didn't know what to expect. And that's probably the most scariest part about our jobs, the unknown.
It was 6:30 a.m. when Officer Nick Perky arrived at Star Regional Medical Center. There, in the emergency room, he says a man was screaming and cursing at the staff.
We tried to take him into custody, and at that point he began to resist.
That's when things escalated.
He shoved me into a wall. He pushed me from one room to another room, slamming me into the wall, at which point my knee popped, which I had to roll out of the altercation. Another officer had to proceed dealing with him, trying to get him into custody.
Officer Perky missed 4 days of work recovering. He says the patient involved was listed under a certificate of need, meaning a doctor ordered the patient be held and examined because they are a danger to themselves or others.
There could be something put in place to better secure these people, to help them, to get them help when they need it.
Chief Clifton Couch agrees. He says his team is called to the hospital routinely. This is the second time within a month one of his officers has been hurt doing so.
There's a mental health crisis in our country, and there's not enough resources to deal with it. So what happens is the local ER and the local police department become sort of the de facto place for these folks to stay. And we're not set up for it, and neither are they.
Chief Couch says their goal is to cause less harm. He says they try to resolve hostile situations with other tactics, but it becomes challenging when the public, and in this case, the patient's safety, is at risk.
There have been some steps made. The legislature this year passed some laws that are going to make it easier to get these folks transported to get the help they need, but it's a big task. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of money to really get somewhere where things like this don't happen.
Chief Couch says he plans to sit down with the administration team at Star Regional Medical Center to discuss ways to strengthen their partnership and reduce the risk for the police officers and hospital staff. In the studio, Tanisha Cordell, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.